Backcountry snowboarding is the adventure, a journey of being in the mountains. That unexpected environment that we deal with is the snow and storms and everything else. It creates every year different features and keeps me wanting to go back and explore and spend as much time in the mountains as I can.
There's a lot you need to share on the phone. Might as well proudly say you're alone. There's a lot you need to share on the phone. You might say proudly hold the line, you're alone.
Formulaic plus digital touch screen punchline test friend test cat test friend test nighttime.
There's a lot you need to share on the phone. You might as well proudly say you're alone. There's a lot you need to share on the phone. You might say proudly hold the line, you're alone. There's a lot you need to share on the phone. You might as well proudly say you're alone. There's a lot you need to share on the phone. You might say proudly hold the line, you're alone. I swear I'll take you there. 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 There's a lot you need to share on the phone. I swear you might as well proudly say you're alone. There's a lot you need to share on the phone. You might say proudly hold the line, you're alone. I feel a lot of pain on the phone. I might as well proudly say I'm alone.
Straight from Japan Rails. to sledding. Love it. I really hope I don't get stuck. Knock on wood.
Hey Mark, turn around.
mountain. 360 degrees, entirely free, infinite potential. That's the backcountry.
Bite chunks out of me. You're a shark and I'm swimming. My heart still thumps as I bleed. And all your friends come sniffing. Triangles are my favorite shape. 3 points where 2 lines meet. Toe to toe. Let's desolate.
In Switzerland we have lifts everywhere and it's a great access. You hike from there and you realize where you are and you tune into the element and you start to have fun. That's all that matters. Riding. Yeah, there is your backcountry.
I'll breathe stones alone, my love, and give alone my heart. 3 guns and one goes off. One's empty, one's not quick enough. One burn, one red, one green. Sets a grace while the cat spins. Chunks of you will sit down to seals. Blubber rich in morning. I'll mash you up, yes, I know so love away. But it's fair to say, you will still haunt me. Triangles are my favorite shape. 3 points where 2 lines meet. Toe to toe, back to back, let's go. My love, it's very late. Till morning comes. Let's desolate.
Every season it's different and like it's hard to make a plan because you go with the winter, like how snow conditions are and which areas get different kind of snow. So the things that get me excited are just like every year you can find new stuff. You can just keep cruising in the mountains here forever and then you just get there and figure out if it's going to work or not. And when it works out, that's like the best feeling that you can have.
lust for life and a dangerous mind. My trail of dust, who knows what you'll find. I can take a tree and tear it from its roots. If you see me, I suggest you move. We're full-grown men. We act like kids. We'll face the music next time we roll in. Give me a spark. Get an atom bomb. Give me some pills. But I can't stand up. I'm at your function. And I'm an animal. I'm in your town.
What are you wasting memory on? Like this? Here.
We're full-grown men. We act like kids. I'll face the music next time we roll in. I got a name. They call me the bump.
Switchback lip? Are you kidding me? Switchback lip! That's it! Switchback lip! Oh. Replay it! Replay it!
Let's go before we get busted, man. Japanese popo, darling.
Get it on. Bang a gong. Get it on. Get it on. Bang a gong. Get it on.
No fucking way.
When you're built like a car, you got a hubcap, diamond star halo. You build like a car, oh yeah. When you're an untamed youth, that's the truth. When you're cloak full of egos, you're dirty sweet and you're my girl. Get it on, bang a gong. Get it on.
What the fuck did I do? Holy shit. My ribs do not feel good.
You got the blues in your shoes and the stockings. You really wild out there. When you're built like a car, you got a hubcap, diamond star halo. You're dirty sweet and you're my girl. Get it on, bang a gong. Get it on.
Congratulations.
The conditions are great out here!
charging at 125-foot jump!
Over it, done. That it? That's it. Boom! Yeah, dog.
Yeah, Solars!
Get you let her eat, bud.
Hey. Welcome.
Let's make sure he got it.
Treasure maps, falling trees, operator, please call me back when it's time. Stolen friends and disease, operator, please pass me back to my mind. Oh, kind of lean, the voices calling me, they get lost in and out of time. Should've seen it go, but everybody knows that a broken heart is blind. That a broken heart is blind. Oh, kind of lean, the voices calling me, they get lost in and out of time. Should've seen it go, but everybody knows that a broken heart is blind. That a broken heart is blind. That a broken heart is
Alright, let me see that shit.
My passion for snowboarding in the streets came from growing up skating downtown Salt Lake City. And back in those days, the Fed building was our night spot. It was located at the end of State Street, at the loop where all the jocks in their big trucks would cruise state, usually looking for a fight. And they'd always heckle us with the standard call out, "Skate or die, bro." And we always knew if we heard that, we had 5 minutes to split if we didn't want to deal, or just man up and usually end up in a fight. It just seemed the jocks wanted to fight and the skaters wanted to skate, I guess. What keeps me in the streets snowboarding is that rush of not knowing what's going to go down and the stories that I came home with like I did as a kid. Filming snowboarding in the street reminds me of those days. It's just addicting and I don't want to stop.
I could not see a thing, dude. I sprung off of that thing and my
hat
hat
was
goes
so over your eyes. That's why I
just was
started
seeing
laughing.
nothing, dude.
You would hear me laughing. I didn't even know what to say. I just laughed.
I went blind into one eye and I was just like, I think I got it.
Yeah.
Maybe that helps.
Oh no.
I got a lust for life and a dangerous mind. My trail of dust, who knows what you'll find. I can take a tree and tear it from its roots. If you see me, I suggest you move. We're full-grown men. We act like kids. We'll face the music.
Out here at the pipeline, dude, it's fucking blistering out. Waves are tasty, rides just, dude. Spray is coming up off the ocean, dude, straight for the Hurley Pro. Dude, I'm going in for another run.
Surf's up, buddy.
I can't stand up. I'm at your function. And I'm an animal.
excuse me, you know which way to get the Alps?
Yes, please.
Oh my god, look at this lifey, dude. Get in there. Oh.
Lifey Central, is it focused?
Dude, yep.
Next time we're rolling. Face the music. Next time we're rolling.
Hey, my name's Kelly Clark. I've been snowboarding for 23 years.
I have been snowboarding since I was 9 years old, so 17 years, I guess.
I'm Kimmy Fasani. I started snowboarding when I was 9 years old.
It just looked fun and different, and I started snowboarding in 1990, the first year it was even allowed at my mountain.
I started snowboarding because a bunch of my guy friends got into it after ski racing, and I just decided that it was a cool hobby to get into, and I wanted to kind of be like those guys.
I think snowboarding looked way much cooler than skiing, so I wanted to try it.
I wanted to start snowboarding because I have 4 older brothers, and I always was just like tagging along, and they'd like play soccer or basketball, and we started skateboarding, and they'd like ditch me at the skate park, and then we started snowboarding, and I'd always go to their contests and be the little tyke at the bottom like, go brothers! So snowboarding was just second nature because I grew up watching them just rip it.
I just went up on the hill and I was riding, and if I saw somebody with good style or somebody that was better than me, I just looked up to them and tried to ride with them and tried to ride as good as them.
You know, snowboarding was so new, it was so different. I just fell in love with it. I think there was room for creative expression. You know, if I do a trick and my buddy does a trick, it looks completely different. I love that there's that room for individuality. I think that's something that drew it to me in the first place. Make off! And that's why I still love it today.
I think my favorite thing about snowboarding was just how easy it came to me when I first started. A lot of sports have been really challenging for me and I've been trying to learn them, so it was awesome just having a sport that I could get right into and start enjoying it.
My motivation to snowboard is that it's just so much fun. Everyone's having a good time, and you know, it's a pretty low stress atmosphere most of the time, so that's kept me just in the scene because it's such a blast.
The feeling that I get when I'm snowboarding makes me keep on a ride. If something makes you happy in life, you like to keep doing it.
we've got people like Kimi Fasani going out and hanging with the dudes' crews, you know, in the backcountry. And I think it's cool to see, to break down some of those stereotypes that women can't hang with the guys, that women are on a different page. I think given the opportunity, we could impress and kind of surprise people for backcountry pipe riding, that we can hang.
Becoming professional wasn't really something I set out to do. It was just something that snowboarding just started lending itself really well to me. I was able to progress, and these guys taught me how to do a backflip, and from there I did USASA nationals and contests. I just want to learn how to really ride mountains and incorporate everything I've learned in the park to do that. Filming in the backcountry is such a spontaneous, beautiful thing, but really challenging. And there's so much going on in order to get out and strap in on your snowboard in the backcountry. Be out there with all those guys and having them show you how to do it makes it really great.
Shooting with the guys in Squaw was so much fun because I like to ride with the guys and I get more inspiration from them. But it's also a little bit challenging because they're so good. Jump there was maybe one of the biggest one I have ever hit. I think style is really important in snowboarding.
I always think contests are cool because people go out and they kind of raise their own standard.
I first started competing when I was 11. Most of the time I'd be the only one in my age group when I first started, so I'd just be so pumped and win that little bag full of like t-shirts and candy bars. And I was just like, this is the greatest thing in the world.
My first gold medal at USASA Nationals is what got me sponsored by Burton.
I think this year will be my 15th X Games, and I'm shooting to make my 4th Olympic team right now, so I've been competing professionally for about the last 16 years. No one from the States has made 3 half-pipe teams apart from myself. And I kind of thought that was impossible. And I'm shooting for my 4th right now, so we'll see what happens. I think one of my favorite moments was being the first woman to land a 1080 in competition in the X Games in 2011. You know, I already had the contest won, and I really got to do it because I wanted to, not because I had to.
I would say my most memorable moment would be at my first Olympics. I showed up injured, so I didn't know what to expect, and then ended up going out and winning. Now I'm getting ready for Russia.
The feeling of winning the European Open was really awesome. It was the first place I've gotten on such a high level contest, so I was really excited.
I love that competitive environment where people get to see if they have what it takes and they get to bring their A game. I think, you know, Gretchen and Tora and myself have put on some of the best shows at Winter X that we've seen, and even Elena, you know, being the first woman to land a double cork this year, that was inspirational.
You know, I think the pipes these days, they cater to progression. We have bigger transitions than we ever have had in the past. You know, people wonder if the pipes are getting bigger and more dangerous, but they're actually getting safer. Imagine having more transition to land on. And it just caters to progression, it caters to new tricks.
I think going big is really important for women's snowboarding because I think that not very many snowboarders necessarily go big on the women's field, so I think that it's definitely helps you stand out more in contests.
People want you to throw down.
Yeah, I always get just what I want. I won't stop till I know you're mine. It's just a matter of time.
With snowboarding, no matter how good you are, you can never be the best. It's impossible. It's always changing, it's always progressing, and in order to stay with it, you have to change and progress with it. So I think that's why I love snowboarding, why I keep snowboarding, is because you can never master it.
It's alright, it's all good. So good, I gotta knock on wood. It's alright, it's all good. We're doing things I never thought we could. Yeah, it's alright, I'm knocking on wood.
I think what makes me want to keep riding is just the feeling of progressing. Knowing that you overcame your fears and progressed is one of the best feelings possible, so I just like to keep that feeling going.
I think Ariel is one of the most promising young riders we've seen in a while, and I expect to see good things from in the future.
With the stones they cast. It's alright, it's all good.
I get the inspiration from the guys who have a really good style.
For me, I get inspired by just women's riding in general. Like, I just like watching women snowboarding, and I think every one of us is doing a good job at making a name for our sport.
I draw my inspiration for everything in everyday life.
I feel like we get a lot of our energy from the mountains, and that sounds hippie, but I just like being around and being where nobody else is.
You know, we don't know what's possible to do on a snowboard. There is no ceiling for us, and I think that's what drives me. I definitely hold a value that nothing is impossible, and that's how I live my life, and that's how I approach my snowboard career. I don't know where I'll end up, but I hope that I can continue to carry the sport forward and have my ceiling be the next generation's floor.
Got a lust for life and a dangerous mind. My trail of dust, who knows what you'll find. I can take a tree and tear it from its roots. If you see me, I suggest you move. Give me a spark, you'll get an bump.